Hello, people. Welcome to the Author's Corner. My name is Marissa Bloedoorn. I am your host. I'm the editor-in-chief of Own It Magazine and Publishing, and I am super excited to have one of our contributing writers with us today talking about what she's up to right now. I want to give you an introduction because I want to make sure you know who's in front of you. As a longtime grief specialist, Deborah Juniper Frye has worked with countless families, individuals, and organizations through the grief process. She is the business owner of Grief Care Consulting LLC, a grief recovery method specialist with 23 years of grief experience and expertise, life and recovery coach, the author of 14, do you hear me? 14 books to include Amazon's number one best-selling author 10 times, Amazon International best-selling author, global conference speaker, and a contributing writer for Own It magazine. She has taken additional certification courses at Yale University. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I love Yale's leadership program. Johns Hopkins University, Cognitive Behavior Institute, and the Powerhouse Leaders University. Deborah has lived abroad as a military wife, resides in the Virginia Beach area, and had been madly in love with her husband, and I can see that. We can see that all day long. What a beautiful couple. Michael of 36 years. They have 3 children, and Antoine, Michael Jr., and Whitney, as well as 3 grandchildren, Antoine Jr., Alea, and Raven. Welcome to Take Center Stage and Owning It. And she is definitely owning it as a 10-time best-selling Amazon author. She is an anthologist as well. And Taking Center Stage and Owning Me is Deborah Juniper Frye. Welcome, 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 sister.
Hello. It's so wonderful to be here.
Yes, yes, yes. And Grief Through His Eyes is one of her major projects. I know it's one of her babies. And she has done extremely well with that. What I love about you, Deborah, is the evidence of your fruit. They said they shall know you by your fruit, right? And so we see your authors just love you. I mean, they love you, love you, love you, love you. And it speaks to your leadership. It speaks to the compassion that's in your heart. That this is just not about bringing people together to do a collaborative work, but for you want to impact and change and transform lives through the work that you're doing. And so I am so very proud of you. And I have to say that to you. I see that you're getting a lot of awards. You've been busy this past summer coming into the fall. And share a little bit about what's going on in your world. Share about some of those awards that you're getting. People hear about that.
Well, I tell you, I am surprised. I am honored. Thank you so much for having me here. I love co-authors and the women and the men that I work with just as much as they love me. I finally got it through this pandemic that it's not about competition. It's about collaboration. That was my aha moment. I finally got it through this pandemic. So that is what I have been doing. I have been intentionally pouring into the community, pouring into people, pouring into organizations, and turning the teapot back around and pouring into myself. Self-care, so that I can continue on to this journey. So I'm so grateful for some of the awards. The Archie Award, I was nominated for Author of the Year and Health and Wellness. For a conference that's coming up, I was also nominated for Author of the Year. So I am so elated at being a grief specialist to be able to bring my niche into the community so that they can see grief in a different way, in a different light.
Yeah, and you've captured a group that really needs. They're vital to our success.
Yes,
and that's the men.
Mm-hmm.
I do that sweetheart before I say I do on Friday nights. And my biggest heart's conviction is you talked about community.
Yes,
is that community is strong by the families that are in the community. And the families that are in the community are strong when the head of the house is strong.
Yes.
And so when that head of the house is not getting the proper healing, then the whole body is sick. As the head goes, so does the body. And so I just have to say to you, what put it on your heart to work? It's critical, this work.
It is, yeah, it is critical. And the Lord gave it to me 2 years ago, well over 2 years ago, to do this collaboration, but I didn't feel qualified to do it. So it was last year, October of last year, that I was awakened by the Holy Spirit, by the Lord, who gave me the title, gave me the gist of the book. And he told me it wasn't for the women, because us women, we have everything. We have a
Yeah,
smorgasbord of whatever we want to do. And there are beautiful women collaborations that are going on all the time. So he gave me a twist to it and said, I want you to bring the men to the table. Grief through his eyes, seeing grief from his point of view. So it was time, and I just had a burning to knowing that I had a grieving husband, I have sons.
hmm,
It is time to let the men speak. Let's hear what they say from their heart. Let them pen their hearts to the paper, and let us listen to them. Let us sit at their table and listen to them for a change,
yeah.
and let them be the center of attraction.
Yeah, and what's beautiful in interviewing many of your authors is that grief is not about just death,
That's right.
not death of a person,
Right.
but death of an expectancy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So not having a father show up,
Yes.
that's a death,
Yes.
because that feels like death. It feels
Mm-hmm.
mourn the loss of that love,
Mm-hmm.
even though that person is still alive. I can remember, and I was sharing this with someone just the other day. My dad, it was myself, my sister, and my brother. And my father was getting ill. He was getting ill. It was getting closer to the likelihood of his departure, his transitioning. And we were talking to him about that. We were talking to him about, what needed to be done. We were talking about, life, this, things, and that. And when we started talking about the past, immediately my father got very defensive. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, don't put that on me. And so for me and my sister, of course, I know she processed it her own way. I was the youngest, so I processed it my way. But for my brother, it was very, very devastating, for him to not ever have my father's 100% clearly approval,
Mm-hmm.
affirmation. And that, I know he may not ever say it, but as someone who's looking on to it, it
Sure.
devastated. It had a devastating impact on my brother and his
Yes.
ability to tap into his own wealth of greatness and maximize his potential. He just did not maximize his potential as a result of that. So grief
Yeah.
comes in a lack of the fulfillment of a relationship between a father and son,
Yeah.
in so many
Yeah.
different ways. And your
Mm-hmm.
authors really brought that home in your first volume.
Yes, yes, they did. I had 14 amazing, courageous co-authors, number one bestsellers, and they did. Everyone had their own authentic story. They kept it to where people were able to be engaged in it. They gave them the middle piece. They gave them the crucial piece in the middle, and then they even gave them a better piece at the end. What did they do to overcome it, to get through it? So it was a wonderfully written chapter. Every chapter was wonderfully written with nuggets and insight and hope at the end that people could take away from. And then in between each, right after each chapter, people are able to put their own thoughts from their own point of view in the book. So you're able to journal in the book as well. So I am so proud of the 14 co-authors that said yes to themselves, that said yes to leaving a legacy. They have written a piece of history that can never be taken away. Never be taken away. So 50 years, 100 years down the road, their great grands or family members will be able to pick up this book, read through his eyes, and read what each author wrote in their own stories.
That's incredible. That's incredible. We want to thank Brian Leonard. He's watching us. So,
Okay.
Brian, thank you so much. And what a sweetheart. He has been loving
He
on
is
me ever
wonderful.
since. Yeah, he has been loving on me ever since. He's
He's wonderful.
sent me water. He knew I was sick over the
Yeah.
summer. Oh my God. And what
Yeah.
a blessing
Yeah.
that
Just
was.
great. Yeah, just
Yeah.
great men. All of them are great men, from the youngest to the oldest. They're all great men. I mean, and they're loving men. They are honorable men. They are men that care for their households, for their loved ones. I mean, they are. I could. God picked each and every one of them. I could not have picked them that well.
Oh my God. Yes, they
Yeah.
are. And they show up in their interviews and they show up even beyond that.
Yeah.
Working with a few of them, Lawrence,
Hmm.
working with him.
Coach Ray.
Yes, Coach Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming in and really giving back. And again, these men are all concerned about the community and not only
Hmm.
concerned, but they're not only talkers, but they're doers.
They're doers. That's right.
That's so impressive. So I want to just give up because now you're working on a volume two because healing is writing is a process of healing. Being an
Yeah.
author helps even the author get healed. It
Right.
is a process. I say what goes in must come out, and so
Right.
the trauma goes in, but you got to process it out, right?
Hmm.
And so
Hmm.
writing gives us that opportunity to kind of process it out, to put it out there. I say shame the shame, right? So when you shame the
Yeah.
shame, you get free. When you become transparent, you get free, but then you never know who's got your same or similar story. And so I
Oh,
just want to
yes.
put up your flyer just briefly for the call for authors for volume two. So you're looking for folks to come in on volume two. So I just want to put that up there so people can see it.
Awesome.
If there's enough space so we could talk around it. And
Yeah.
so talk about volume two and what are your plans to do with volume two and for those who are interested, what would this experience look like for them?
Okay. Well, I tell you, volume two, we're getting ready to hit it hot and heavy. As a matter of fact, tonight I have my first interest call. When I set up volume one, when I set up our group, I set it up as a safe space so that it was myself and only the co-authors and my coach in volume one, as far as being on communication wise. So people were wanting to come into the group, but I wouldn't allow it because I wanted it to stay a safe space until we were done with volume one. So I had about 65 people standing at the gate wanting to
Wow.
get in. So
Ooh,
I said, you know what, Lord, I think you're nudging me to do a volume two. Why stop this? And then my coach confirmed it. Why stop something that is going so well? So I figure let's go with volume two. So tonight is my first interest call for people to come along, and throughout the waiting on this to happen, I had men that just jumped right on board already, and they are co-authors, so they'll be on the call as well for volume two. Um, and what men can expect to see when you come on is that you can expect to have full support. Full support. You're not doing anything alone. We're doing it as a collaborative group. Everybody will be on the same time frame. We have coaches that are in your circle. We have graphic people that will be in your circle. We have editors that will be in your circle, and everything that you need. Once you say yes and do your self investment, you are going to have everything you absolutely need. And you're going to be coached on becoming a number one best-selling author, and therefore having another stream of income for your household, writing a legacy piece that you probably thought you could never write. And you're going to be able to tap back into yourself because you're writing an authentic story about your life.
mm,
So all of that comes with grief. It comes with something good. It comes with grace. It comes with just showing people who you are as a headship, as a man, and just putting it out there for people to read and be encouraged by.
awesome, awesome. That is so good. This is
Yeah,
a legacy piece. And
yeah.
Yeah, and so some people don't realize that, listen, after you're long gone, your book is still out there.
Yes. We want to do something that's going to outlive us. I mean, I'm over
Right.
60. I'm over 60. Okay. So it is time to hurry up. Come on, let's pick up the pace and let's do as much as we can to leave a legacy, to be a good person, to do good to people, to right your wrongs, to tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Okay, to
But,
free yourself. You
but
know, it's like the In Vogue song I heard the other day: free yourself and the rest will follow. Free yourself.
yes,
And that doesn't mean being facetious, that doesn't mean being mean, that doesn't mean anything. It means emptying your heart, so when the Lord comes to get you, you are empty and ready to go.
yeah, yes, and you
You
are
empty and
ready.
ready to go.
Yeah, you ready to go, and you've
Yeah.
done everything that you. Oh, here's hubby. Gotta put him up.
Oh, thank you, honey. My
Yes,
number one supporter. I tell you, my
yes.
number one supporter.
Listen,
He
your
he
number
is a
one fan.
great, great guy. I love him.
Yeah, and it takes that. And
Yeah.
so that goes back to why our men have to be healed, because men who are healed, they can show up as
Yeah.
lovers, as hubbies
Yeah.
in the most
Good friends.
amazing way.
Yeah. Yeah. Listening hearts for other people.
Yes.
And they do, and I just love the way the co-authors um were vulnerable with their emotion. Their stories, reading their stories, man, I had to have tissue with me. The locked door, the longing for a father's love, heartache to healing, good grief. Now I can live again. I mean, chapter after chapter, the fatherless champion, the father
Mhm.
uncle. I mean, anguish to what is it? Regret, anguish and regret. I mean, one chapter after another. You know, from pain to purpose. I mean, it's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
This is hubby
Chapter,
being
chapter after
intuitive.
chapter.
They're already ready. Look at this.
They're
I can't
ready.
wait to write
They're
my
ready. I
book.
mean, like I said, I already have men that have already became a part of collaboration too, of the anthology too. So I am so encouraged. I had a gentleman call me yesterday from Illinois
Mm.
that and he is looking forward to the interest call tonight. So I am excited. I am grateful because this little country girl would have never thought. I feel like the biblical Deborah. I really do, and that is no boast of myself. I
No.
feel like the biblical Deborah leading the army of men, and it is phenomenal. It is humbling. It is scary
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
all of my comments have not been positive comments and that have come towards me. So, but I must continue. I
Yeah.
must
Yeah.
continue.
And I'm going to tell you, sis, you're favored for this. I got that word from the top of the show. God has said she's favored to do this.
Oh,
You're favored. You're called. You're purposed.
yeah,
You're in proper alignment. And people will attack.
yeah.
And that people that it ain't for you. So just why attack? Just go on. Like just
That's what I
go.
say. Go about your
If you
business now.
don't, if you don't like it, do what you need to
Go
do,
ahead. Go about your
baby.
business. Go about your business.
He said, kick dust, honey. Like kick the dust. You know,
Yes.
God knew. He
Yes.
knew. He
Yes.
knew. He knew. He knew people would come with the daggers, and it's like, no, you are incredible.
Thank you.
And to watch you from afar with your people, and to see how you love on them and how you are available to them. You are not just an anthologist that
Right.
puts together the collaboration. I watch you support, because every show that we've gone live, you have been there. And
Yes.
that's very taxing. People
Yeah.
don't understand that you got to do the work as well as show up and support the work.
That's right.
And it becomes very, very taxing. Even when you love it, I love what I do, but I
Yes.
know that time gets to me where it's like, okay, I need some rest.
Yeah.
You know,
You
I
need to
need
go
some
lay down
break.
somewhere.
You need, but that's a leader. A leader not only shows up, but they show the way, they
Yeah.
lead the way, they model the way,
Right.
and they create other leaders because they're not intimidated or afraid of someone else rising up above
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
And so,
The great thing is with this team of co-authors, you know, a couple of them said, you know, don't leave us, don't leave us, Coach Frye.
yes,
You know, but as I'm coaching them, I'm also training them on getting out in the community, getting yourself out to vendor events, getting yourself to speaking engagement, getting on a podcast, and just what we're doing here. So by the time they are done with me, they have been on a billboard, they have been bestsellers, they have gone on podcasts, they have gone on phenomenal shows like yours, they are in magazines. They are contributing writers.
Yeah.
So God has just placed people alongside me, like yourself, that have a beautiful platform where people can continue to self invest and be on a different platform and grow themselves as co-authors, as business people, as legacy pieces. You're able to build yourself. So that is another great feature that every male co-author will have once we get to the finish line. Once we get to the finish line, man, it is phenomenal. It is phenomenal.
It is.
Radio interviews. I
Yeah.
mean, going through the airways.
Mhm.
It is. We have tapped in on every piece of social media you can possibly think of.
Yeah, and I'm gonna share Brian's comments again. It says, "And the lives and loves that has been enlightened, empowered, and transformed around the world." So I wanted to bring this comment back up because yeah, you're no longer limited to your neighborhood. Now
Right.
you are global. You are international.
Yes,
A word of encouragement. Brian says, "God's got you." Coach Deb.
I believe it. Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
Yes,
And
he does.
sacrifices. And thank you, Brian, for your prayers because we do need them.
Yes.
Because with every glory story comes the backdrop. You
Yeah.
know, backdrop is some of the dusty and dirty stuff.
Yes.
We don't wear out so that everybody can see. But
Mm-hmm.
it does happen. But we stay the course because it's not about us.
Right.
It's about everybody that God has called and assigned us to lead, set free, encourage, empower, equip, and ignite and send them off to
Yeah.
do what God has called them to do. And so
Yeah.
I want to show it again, the flyers. So you said the call is tonight. You want to share with them how they can get on the Zoom or
Yeah,
how to get
yeah,
connected?
they can if it's your screenshot, let me see, is it up there? You can actually DM me if you would like, and I can send you the information. You can email me at dfry.gcc@gmail.com and get the information. Locate me on Facebook or any one of my co-authors, and the flyer is there with the Zoom link as well. So all of that information is there at your hand for you to have.
Awesome, awesome. And then what we're gonna do is, and this is for volume two. So volume one was a huge success, and like she said, she had a waiting line. She had a
Yeah,
waiting
yeah,
line of
about
folks
65
where
people waiting,
yes, yes.
waiting.
So we want to make sure that you don't miss out. You're in. So make
Yeah,
sure that you contact her. And I
right.
believe, let me see. Let me just check to see if
Yeah,
you.
my website is right there, dfry.gcc@gmail.com.
Yeah.
You can get me on IG at Grief Care Consulting, and Facebook, Deborah Frye. Twitter is Grief C Consult.
Yeah. So there you go. Get in contact with her. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. And like I said, this is a healing process too.
Mm-hmm.
So as you write, it is such a healing and a freeing process. I mean,
Yes,
writing frees you up. You're like,
yes,
it's out of me. I can't believe it. And then it's also the blessing of how you, and this is a call for authors for volume two. And so, it's a huge blessing and you'll never know how impactful your life can be on another life if you
right.
don't share your story.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a chance for people to tell you what got me started to go this route, to begin to go live, was way back before Facebook was doing a lot of live, before you start seeing people doing a lot of lives. I used to post. I posted three different pieces, and they all went together. It was called TOL, Thinking Out Loud. So
Okay.
something got me riled up. I was like, I got to tell them what's on my mind. So I would do thinking out loud, TOL, and then I
Okay.
would give them a nugget of wisdom
Mm-hmm.
that supported the TOL. And then I would give you scripture. So the word, I would give you the
Nice.
word, and I give you a nugget of wisdom, and I give you TOL, and they all work together so that the word could be solidified in its transformation. So I'm telling you what I'm thinking. Then I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, what to deal with and how you would look at it. And then I'm giving you a nugget of wisdom about it.
Right.
And then I'm giving you the supporting scripture. That's what, and I would get messages saying, "Oh my God, Marissa, you really encouraged me." Because when I first was on Facebook, I was like, "What is going on here? How can you quit? How can you give up on yourself?
Yeah.
Don't dare go quietly into the night. You got this. Let's
Yeah.
do."
Yeah. Yeah. You were the encourager.
Listen,
Yes.
I was telling them, "No, you take that bull by the horn, you snap that neck, and you bring it down. You
Go
do
ahead. Go ahead, girl.
paralyze you." I
Yes.
would go in, and folks would say, "Marissa, wow, you really encouraged me. You really empowered me." Of course, I'm so busy now today. I'm like, "Oh God, I wish I could get back to that." But it was in the back door that they would come. And
Yes.
not everybody wants to tell you publicly, like,
That's right.
"No, I was in that place and I was all messed up and you
Mm-hmm.
helped me." They wanted to go around and about
Around.
and say, "Hey, quietly, yo, I
Yeah.
really needed that.
I
Keep
can't.
those
Yeah.
coming. Keep that
Keep
coming."
it coming.
But if
I,
you don't ever show up,
yeah.
you never know your impact.
That's
So
right.
people are waiting for you to write your
Yeah.
legacy story.
Yeah.
They want to hear your story and your glory and get hope from it.
Yeah. I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you how many messages that the co-authors have gotten. I've received of texts, of emails, of phone calls. Whispers. Thank you so much for writing this book. Chapter so and so helped me. Thank you so much for getting the men to do this. I didn't know that I was still bothered by what had happened to me 10 years ago. Thank you so much. I just got delivered by reading this book. I was behind a closed doors for 50 years. So we have gotten so many testimonies that we know that this book has been a book of encouragement, a book of deliverance, a book of opening eyes, and a book of authentic stories. There's no question. And
Wow.
God was in it. God is in it.
God isn't. And
Yes.
what a blessing, what a blessing that is. And I know that it's a blessing to all the authors. I'm looking forward to volume 2. I did get volume 1. I did
Yes.
chance to get volume 1. Thank you, Brian.
I'm
Um,
excited. I'm excited to see the titles of the co-authors for volume 2. I am always excited to see the title of their chapters.
oh God, the
Yeah.
titles are just sometimes they're just like whoa.
Whoa. Yeah. Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
titles alone,
Yeah. The titles alone, you can tell, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good.
yeah, and for such
Yes.
a time as this, Deborah, that you would rise up and bring the men to the table to have a voice, and it's so needed. I love T.D. Jakes when he said he motions when he did that
Yes.
emotions thing, and it was just like men have feelings too.
That's
Um,
right.
and even the gentleman that I had on over the weekend, Tykeem, and he was talking about his film that's coming out in regards to abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Men are abused too.
That's
Like
right.
men are abused as well,
Yeah.
and so to just be in a place where we can bring our men healing. Just think, if
Yes.
our men are healed, our nation will be healed.
Yeah, because
Um,
like you said, shame the shame. Once you tell the
yes.
story, once
Ooh,
you tell the story, I mean, it's so freeing. It's so freeing to be able to live above that stuff. Is
right.
and that's what God wants us to live.
Yes,
He
yes.
wants us to live above, not beneath.
Exactly. He said, "I come that you may have life and life more
Yeah,
abundantly."
yeah.
He wants
Once
you to
you get
shame
it, you
the
get
enemy.
it.
He wants you to shame the enemy so the enemy no longer has a hold on you.
Right.
So if you own, that's what own it is all about. It's
Yeah,
own it. The
Own
good,
it.
the bad, the ugly, and indifferent. Own it is not about being cute and being like a fly and confident.
Yeah,
No,
that is
owning
awesome.
it is owning your stuff. All
Yes,
of
that is good. That's
that's
good.
all of it. All of it. That's why it's all about personal awareness should lead you to personal development.
That's awesome.
Self-development and self-development should lead you to self-mastery. That's why it's important to what? Self-invest. I love how
That's
you said Pamela. I did write that
girl,
down.
I gotta give you 2 steps
Self-invest.
on that one.
Invest in yourself
Invest in yourself.
so you can
Yeah.
level up and you can
Another
look at
aha
these.
moment.
The biggest thing right now for me with people is in regards to authenticity, right? We are talking about folks having an identity crisis. We're talking about mental health issues, and mental health issues about hiding all y'all stuff. So a
Yeah.
lot of what it is you're ashamed, you're guilty, you feel condemned. But once you own that stuff and
Yeah.
you say, some of
Yeah.
it, and not all of it, is yours, baby.
Right.
Some of it
Let
is
it
somebody
fall
else
off.
that put that mess on you. And you need to make them own it. They may never own it themselves, but give them ownership of
Right.
it. Say, here, this was your
Yeah.
stuff.
Get it
This
off of
was
me.
not me.
Mm-hmm.
This was not how I see myself. And this is one of the things that, projects like this, specifically for our men, and I say that specifically for our men because they are vital. It is imperative for
Yes.
our men to get healed because if they get healed, they will love from a healing place and not a broken place, and it'll
Mm-hmm.
be healthy love, and they can help love on their children, love on their spouses,
Yes.
love on their family. They
Yes.
can love at a place of being healthy,
Yeah.
and
and
that's
and
what.
create another path other than the path that they had been living on all this long. You can move to another street and
Yeah,
start your own legacy. Once you become of a certain age, I think God gives us the power to be able to choose. Yes, this did happen to me, but this is not the way I'm going to stay, and I'm
right.
going to do better. I'm going to try better. And that was my legacy piece. I didn't grow up. I'm one of 10 children. I didn't grow up with a whole lot of hugs and kisses and I love yous and affirmations.
Mhm.
So what you see today is an absolute miracle.
Yeah,
It's what
hello,
God
right?
has done. And I made a decision to try to be a better mother, to try to
Mhm.
be a better wife, to be a better friend, to be a better person, and to do things not necessarily what I was raised in or what I have seen done. I decided to be a curse breaker, to be the one, to be the changer.
Yeah, yeah,
So the life changer, to change the trajectory of my family's life, myself. So at some point you have to decide, I'm going to do this. I'm
yeah.
just going to do it.
Yeah, yeah. You have to decide. And I like
Yeah.
how Jesse Duplantis said, embarrass sin or sin will embarrass you.
Mm,
Embarrass it, call it
wow.
what it is, expose it. He says all things are made manifest under the light. And so just expose it. I am so excited about your volume 2.
Thank you. So
Um,
am I.
yes, yes, yes. I am so excited about your volume 2 and can't wait for all that is coming. I know there's going to be a volume 3 because if you had 65 waiting, I know you're
Right.
doing 65 in this next volume.
No, I'm not doing 65. No, I'm not doing 65. And
So
believe it or not,
I
it's,
know
it's
that,
all in the numbers game, right?
yeah,
65 are waiting. As soon as you tell them what's required,
the
you
next
probably get
volume.
10. You probably get 10 that'll stay.
Yeah. And you know what
Okay.
happens too?
Yeah.
It's all about readiness,
Yeah.
right? So now it's been introduced, so the seed
Yeah.
is sown. So
Right.
I can see a volume 3. We're
Yeah.
not worried about it.
Yeah. So we're just gonna
So
keep on chugging, and
yes,
whoever
yes,
the
yes,
Lord
yes,
bring, that's who He brings. So I relieve the stress and not beat myself over the head to try to make a number.
yes.
Whoever join, and it still will be a fantastic book.
It's going to be incredible. It's not just
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes.
It's going to be incredible. And like I said, your authors love you, and there's a reason why they love you. They
Oh,
love you because
I
you love
love them
them.
back.
Yeah, because you love them, and that's important on this journey. And so, what are your closing thoughts to potential authors, and of course, your authors that are watching?
Yeah, my closing thoughts to potential authors are to take a chance on yourself. Take a chance on you. and pin something to the paper, put something down on paper, a piece of history, collaborate with other people, hitch your wagon to someone that has already done it, so
Yes.
that you don't have to bear the burden of trying to figure out how to do it alone. That's what I did. When the aha moment came to where I realized collaboration was much better than competition, I started hitching my wagon to people that were far ahead of me, far smarter than I was. And you have to learn. So do something to where you can enhance yourself as a person, enhance your emotions, enhance your learning ability, growth. Do something to grow you.
Yes.
Whether it's this collaboration, whether it's opening a business, whether it is doing something for the community, do something where you sacrifice yourself, your time, your money, your space to
Yes.
encourage others.
Yes. Here it is. Through Grief Through His Eyes, Volume 2. She is back at it. Your people are blowing it up. He said, "This train is unstoppable."
Unstoppable.
Hubby said, "All aboard, hon." So it is moving, and we are right here on the Own It platform to support you as one
Thank
of the
you.
members of the Own It family.
Thank you.
And you already know we're going to promote, promote, promote.
Yeah.
We're just really excited. Give us the link for the Zoom if you like, and we can share that as well on this broadcast. We'll keep broadcasting this on through the evening. What
Okay.
time is your meeting tonight?
It is 7 o'clock.
Okay, so 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so we'll make
Mm-hmm.
sure that it airs right before that time, and we'll tag some folks in it and make sure
Okay.
that they get a chance to see the video again. We getting a little funky
Awesome.
with it. We gonna replay and replay and replay again. How about
And
that?
we make sure we add the link. But listen, I'm out there on 8 different platforms. You can find me, get the link, and I'll see
Yes,
you at seven
yes,
o'clock
yes,
sharp.
yes.
Zoom.
Awesome, awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, happy Thanksgiving. Make
Mm,
sure you take this time to love on your family. Who cares about the origin? We already know the origin of what it was, but we can transform it to what we want it to be. And it's about
yes.
giving thanks. This is the time of the year that we're closing out the year, and we're going to be spending a lot of time with family and friends. Have forgiveness in your heart. If there's ability, forgive, and let it go. Know the level of your relationships and just operate from there. But love each other. God says, "They'll know you're my disciples by the love you show one another." And this is a season that we really, really need to start pouring out a lot of love. Let's
Mhm.
kill mental health and grief by loving on our friends and family, making sure that they feel loved and they know that we love them and they matter most to us. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out. Take care. Be blessed. Have a nice Thanksgiving with your
Yes.
family, friends. Don't eat too much and get on the treadmill.